Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of the channel. Thank you all very much for your continued support as we keep moving in the direction of non-bullshittery and transparency. Today is the 11th of November. Today is Remembrance Day, the real Remembrance Day, not Remembrance Sunday, where we all meet up because it's closer to the weekend and we can all do it. Remembrance Day today. I will go across to my local war memorial just before 11 and do the minute silence like we do every year. And Sunday, should have done the live stream on Sunday night, the live at 5. However, there was I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't expect the amount of things to come in on Sunday. And some of it got a little bit emotional, some of it didn't. But I had a lot to do and I couldn't do it. I could have went on and done a live. And I apologise for not doing that. But that does not mean to say things have changed. I still have to give these away, which I will speak to Debs and my team and we will organise something that will get these to you, along with a discount code and other bits and pieces that I promised, and it will happen. But bear with me. I'm working. I'm working with a mainstream media organisation at the minute, and we are trying to uncover something, which you will all be aware of very soon. So I'm just sitting on that at the minute. I won't mention it again, because the other day, I have a guy that watches me non-stop with hate in his eyes. I think he's on his 5th wife. He thinks that the women are the issue when he's on wife number 5. He's a veteran and he left the military with nothing. Hadn't achieved anything, and he spends his days watching everything I do. And it's quite shameful in a way, and it's quite embarrassing, not for me, for him, that having done over 20 years in the military and left with absolutely nothing shows you the type of character you are. And maybe that's why he's on wife number 5, because he's a broken individual. Anyway, he's dedicated at watching this channel, so I hope you enjoy the video. Yeah, so lots going on. I mentioned a couple of days ago, and I did get it out. I was the first. I know you hear channels say, we got it right. Well, usually they get it wrong. But I did get it right. Go back and look at my videos about 4 or 5 days ago. I was the one that said that the president was suing the BBC for $1 billion. And I was right, he is. He's given the BBC till Friday. Friday is the BBC's deadline. He wants a retraction from Panorama, an apology and compensation. And I'm going to say, I hope the BBC go past the deadline, because the whole country wants to see the end of the fucking BBC and their propaganda that they put out there, their left-wing propaganda. So you know what? $1 billion, in fact, I hope it's £1 billion, Donald, and not $1 billion. The BBC, you are going to be the saviour of the UK by collapsing this propaganda, left-wing, anti-British broadcasting corruption. So well done, and I'm really glad that the BBC fucked up and they got called out for the first time. I mean, it's always an apology. I mean, the BBC, the Director General's had to resign, and the next one's gonna... No one cares if you resign the whole top team. The whole corporation is embedded in hatred, and it's about time it got rid of. And there we go. You probably won't have to pay your £180 now, TV licence, you know. So, I've never been a fan of them. I remember the BBC... I got asked to do a job probably about 6-7 years ago in London. So here's what happened. I got asked to go and sit in... There was a big demonstration on in London, veterans demonstration. And I got asked to go down and sit with Scotland Yard and to watch and to see if I could pick out people that wasn't to tout on veterans. It was to point out the difference between veterans and civvies. And sometimes it's hard. But you could tell the way the mannerisms are. And I was going, that's not... See that person there causing damage? And they were going, yeah, it's a veteran. I'm going, that's not a veteran. He is not a veteran. He's taken part in the march, but he is not a veteran. And you can point them out. It was easy to point them out. Anyway, I then got interviewed that night on the BBC. And this is true. It's probably somewhere in the archives. The BBC called me up and goes, right, Trevor, we're going to have you on tonight with talking about the work that you did. And I was on going, yeah, well, we sat there. Now, I was pointing out that the people causing the damage weren't veterans. And the BBC's narrative was to point out that it's veterans causing the damage. And you know what? See, whenever I was pointing out facts about the veterans and what happened that day, the BBC cut me off. They didn't want to know the truth, that it wasn't veterans causing trouble. It was fucking left-wing and right-wing lunatics causing the trouble. It wasn't the veterans. See the 6 guys standing around there around the cenotaph? Yep, they are veterans. See how they're standing? They're making sure no one ruins the flags or ruins the cenotaph. That's veterans. See them ones kicking fences? They're not veterans. But the BBC's always been corruption and lies. So there we go. And I'm reading today in the paper, which made me giggle a little bit. And let me explain. There's a story in the paper today saying the poppy is at risk because... the poppy is at risk of being cancelled because volunteers are being abused and threatened while on stands. Now, that's despicable. That's despicable. If you're collecting for a charity, especially the poppy, leave people alone to collect. Do not abuse people, right? But then the RBL have been on the ad there a bit going, ready? There's been a fall in donations as the number of volunteers are not doing it. And that's clickbait. Because the truth is, the fall in donations is because the public are waking up to the fact that the RBL's wage bill is at the door of nearly £50 million a year. People are waking up. This has nothing to do with the fact that people are waking up to the fact that you employ about 65 people on over 60 grand a year. You employ about 6 people on over £100,000 a year. You employ 1,700 and so many employees at over £45 million a year wage bill for this charity that helps veterans. So it's not the fact that people are going, it's not the fact. Volunteers are stopping to volunteer because they see that you're fucking abusing their good nature while you're lining your pockets at the top. So let's not blame the fact that people aren't collecting now because in fear of being threatened. No, people aren't collecting because they can see the complete hypocrisy at the top of the RBL and what they do with the funds. There's no RBL. I was at Remembrance Sunday and they had the banners out, the Felixstowe branch RBL. Where's the Felixstowe branch RBL building? Actually, it got knocked down. You sold it for £1 million, didn't you? Where's the respite centres for the RBL in Northern Ireland? Oh, you closed them all, didn't you? All right, okay. So where's all the respite centres across the UK? Oh, they're being closed, aren't they? You're shutting down things for veterans and you're still taking silver out of generous people. So let's not blame the public on the fact that they're abusing staff. Yes, I'm sure it happens. But the decline in volunteers is because everyone can see now the amount of money that you're wasting on your own. And I guarantee you everyone that's an employee gets expenses. I guarantee, just let me know. But the RBL will put out this little cry on the media and blame it on something else, when the truth is the public are waking up. The weird thing about this is, and please, if you're a veteran, comment. See when someone phones up the RBL and goes, I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble. They'll ask you your name, rank and number and what unit you serve with. Do you want to know the first call they make? They won't help you out. They will call your unit, your ex-unit, and say, the welfare team, and go, one of yours sorted out. They pass the buck to other charities. I don't like them. Anyway. What else? Prince William. Now, listen, I like Prince William. He's going to be the future king. But please don't sit there now and tell me he did not know what's going on at the COP event. He's attending the COP event. It's his baby. He does Earth Shop, which is fabulous, and he goes and attends the COP. Of course he does. He doesn't control the COP event, let's be honest, but he knows what's going on. Did you know that this COP event now in Brazil, tell me the hypocrisy here. He stood there. I can't get my head around. Did you know, to clear the way for the new COP event in Brazil, they cut down 100,000 trees in the Amazon to host a COP event? They cut down 100,000 trees in the Amazon rainforest to make way for the COP event. so jets could fly in and all. I mean, is this not fucking hypocrisy at the highest level? Is it not? It's shameful. It's actually shameful. We're being gaslit by everyone, aren't we? My thing now is just, listen, make money, enjoy it, look after people in your circle, make sure everyone's smiling every day, and then eventually you'll die. Everything outside of this is just bullshit. Some people will spend their lives some people will spend their lives spewing hate towards others while you're enjoying your life. You will die as a happy guy, and people will die sad, having wasted so much of their oxygen and energy on not liking someone. And I love it. Keep doing it. For those that have received these books over the last 2 weeks, I think I've given away about 10. Please make sure when you're finished reading it, you leave a review on Amazon. I look forward to that. And if you have read my first Into Sangin book, I would like you to leave a review, please, because we're heading towards 900 reviews on there. And we're about 40 shy of 900. So if you have read it, please leave a review, whether it's good or bad. They all add up. Thank you. Anyway, listen, have a wonderful day, everyone. I'm now leaving in about, what time is it now? I've got an eye test this morning to get fitted for glasses because my eyes have gone. It happens. Age, innit? Anyway, listen, thanks for all your support. Thanks to my moderators. Thanks to you that understand. Yeah. And take care.